What's up, fish gang? Welcome back to Monster Fish Only, aka Mofo Fish, where we talk about monster fish and monster tanks. I'm your host, OGP, and today we're talking about the Sun Catfish. No, we're not talking about that waitress from Applebee's with the big old. We're talking about a catfish. What? DJ, run the intro.
Hey, fish gang, you know we come alive from the fish tank. Don't be getting mad cause your fish lame. Yeah, every time you hit I do a water change. Fish gang, you know we come alive from the fish tank. Don't be getting mad cause your fish lame. Yeah, every time you hit I do a water change. Water change, 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 water change.
All right, so let's dive in. Before we get started, I want to give a huge shout out to the Fish Gang. We are at over 1,500 subscribers and growing every single day. So shout out to you guys. If you haven't already, hit the Mofo like button, hit the Mofo subscribe button, get in the Mofo comment section so we can get this content out to more crazy fish keepers like you. Now, what I like to do at the beginning of all my shows is a quick rundown of the species that I like to call a segment for the Gen Z fish keepers. Let's get through it. Tank size, minimum 125. Temperature, 72 to 80 degrees. Lighting and decor, they are nocturnal, so keep the lights low. Filtration, strong filtration. Diets, they're omnivores. Frequency, feed them once or twice a day. Routine, feed them just before the aquarium lights go out. Tank mix, aka compatibility, they're peaceful, but with caution because they're still catfish and they eat other fish. Now, let's get to the video. So, the Sun Catfish, aka the Eclipse Catfish, is a hardy nocturnal monster fish that grows up to 12 to 18 inches. They require a large tank of at least 125 gallons, tropical water temperatures between 70 and 78 degrees, 72 to 80 degrees, and a meaty diet, okay? Because they will eat any fish that fits in their mouth, the tank mates must be large and robust. We can talk about that a little bit. So I've got two. I've got one little baby that's growing out over here, and he's growing pretty slowly. And I've got one pretty good sized one inside here, and I'm pretty sure it's a female just based on their coloration. The males usually get a nice big bright yellow. This female, she's got a little bit of yellowing, but she's still pretty tan. So, but she grew pretty large. She's at least 12 inches. She's about as long, if not longer, than my big old Oscars that you see swimming there. So, but the thing is, though, you do want to keep it inside of a 125. They are a really fun species to keep. They will eat from all places all over the tank. So if I put food up at the top, she'll go up and grab it. If it sinks down to the bottom, which is what I recommend, she'll go and grab that. They eat a whole bunch of different stuff, but we're going to get to that in a second. So let's talk about the temperature. Yeah, you want to keep it around 72 to 80 degrees. They're tropical species, so they do appreciate the warmer water. So you want to make sure that you're taking care of them in that aspect. The lighting and the decor, they can be, I don't want to say necessarily shy, because she'll swim here right at the front like she's doing right now, but she won't really go and play a whole lot. They kind of just hang out a little bit and they're pretty to look at. She'll swim around every now and then. She'll swim around the whole tank, but she likes a good place to hide. And I've got a big old piece of driftwood in there that she can hide underneath. And that's where she hangs out like 95% of the day. So you really want to make sure you're giving them a good place to hide. Nice big plants they can hide in, pots, rocks, structures, however you want to do it. Let's go on to filtration. Now, this is an important one. So what you have to understand about catfish is they eat a lot. And if you eat more, you poop more. And that's just where we're at with it. So, and with them being kind of bottom feeder type, species, they're going to eat a whole bunch of stuff that just gets down to the bottom from all your other messy fish. And they're just going to find it and swim around and eat it up. So with that being said, you want to have big, powerful filters that are able to support such a heavy bioload. So they're not like tiny little wimpy little small fish. Like these fish get 12 to 18 inches. That's a pretty big, significantly sized fish. You're gonna want to have good heavy filters. This 125, I've got three 375 gallon per hour I'm sorry, 350 gallon per hour filters going. One of them is the Marine Land. I got the box here. So nice big old powerful filter. It's a hang on back. Don't give me any crap about that. I prefer hang on backs. They're easier to maintain. You can put a whole bunch of extra stuff back in that pocket. There's a lot of real estate for media, and it tells you exactly what you're getting right on the box. 350 gallons per hour. 350 gallons per hour. The reason why that matters is because you want your full volume of water to be cycled at least 4 times per hour. So what that means is if this was a 100 gallon aquarium, if that thing pumped 400 gallons per hour, that cycle of water would go through it 1, 2, 3, 4 times, because 100 gallons 4 times per hour, that would be sufficient filtration. I've got a 125. I've got 3 of those rocking and rolling. We're at, I think, 1150 gallons per hour. So this volume of water is getting cycled quite a bit. So we're good there, but that matters. Let's go to routine. So I feed them once in the morning, sometimes once at night. It's usually just once a day, depending on what my schedule is. If I feed them in the morning, I will feed them, all their routine, type of stuff, pellets. They love the sinking algae wafers. They love the bug bites. They love the cichlid pellets. They'll eat anything. I put the fish flakes in there. They'll eat that. But they really like the carnivore pellets too, which are way over there, and I'm not getting up to get them. But you guys know what carnivore pellets are. They love those. If it's not that, then sometimes they will actually eat. I've seen them eat smaller crayfish. They will chase them around, and they will go after them and get them. So that's kind of fun to add into their diet if you want to do that. Some people would use bloodworms. I haven't really had the best of luck with bloodworms, but you can use them. But sometimes my fish get sick after eating them. I have theories about that, but that's another video. So let's talk about compatibility. They are peaceful for their size, but again, they're opportunistic predators. So if you have something small enough in there, it'll probably try to eat it. But I keep mine pretty well fed. She's kind of lazy. She doesn't really chase them around that much. As you can see, I've got a bunch of little small species swimming around in here. She don't bother them. I've got little Corrideas in there. She don't bother them. So fish have personalities. Do that with your own risk. My fish don't bother them. So they are kind of social. They will feel more secure and more active when you keep them in small groups. So that's the reason why I'm trying to grow out this other one, but it's not really working. But I've got 2 other catfish in there, and they hang out together all the time. I've got a Synodontis and I've got a Pictus, or a 4-line catfish, and they hang out in their little group and they have no issues. You don't see them stressed out. You don't see them tired. You don't see them, swimming up by the filters and, any of that, behaviors that would indicate that they're super stressed. And that's really, really, really good. So some key things that you probably want to ask yourself is, how many sun cats are you planning on keeping? What other tank mates are currently in your aquarium? And, another thing would be, what decor do you have? So if you have the proper decor, proper place for them to hide, soft lighting, big enough species, kind of more peaceful, they can get along with cichlids, but you have to be careful. Your fish have to have, they have personalities. So understand what your fish, how they behave and how they cohabitate. And if you can check all the boxes of that, and you can say that that's green light, then I would go ahead and grab this fish. It's a beautiful species. They're pretty peaceful in nature. They add some vibrancy and some color to your tank, and they're really, they're a really unique looking fish in the hobby. If you get you a nice, big, pretty male, people, when they first see your tank, they're like, "Oh my God, what fish is that?" And it's definitely a showstopper. Yeah, so that's all I got for y'all today. Whether you like something or you learn something, please make sure to go ahead and hit the subscribe button. The growth really means something to us here. I'm pretty much a 2-man operation. I do all the shooting and editing and planning and everything myself, but I also have an amazing, wonderful fiance who helps me out with some stuff as well sometimes. So we do it all. But that's all I got for you. Thanks for watching. I'm out the tank. Peace.